Keep it up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for Tier 1. It's the best of the best that SLR have got. And I'm really looking forward to it. I look forward to all the races, but specifically this one, because last week was a bit spicy, and Jeddah has the tendency to throw up stuff. Yes, it is indeed Jeddah. Some love it, some hate it. Alas, today is me, and it's, of course, Mr. Ocean Chief. I'll tell you what, Chief, could get, is currently leading the championship of all the drivers across the grid. No matter, despite how good Tinari is, I don't think anyone would have expected him to be leading Tier 1 at this stage. It just goes to show you just how competitive this grid is, considering when you see that how many ex-champions and current reigning champions we've got. It's a fantastic job by Tinari, Chief. Yep. You might have to help me today on this track, because as people know, I'm not particularly a fan of this track. So I'm not really sure in terms of times. Maybe people could keep us informed, but I did see some people saying a 25.7 is not even in the top 10. I don't know if that's trolling or not, but I guess we're going to find out shortly.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of trolling. I think, high 25 is what we're going to expect in this session, I think. From what I was seeing, I think our gamer posted a pretty tasty lap in the Hot Laps channel, 25.8, and that seemed to be pretty decent. Some of these guys were saying they can't equal that, so it would have been good to see our gamer here today at his home track, but unfortunately he is not joining us. But we do have a bunch of very fast drivers out there, and as you can see with the Driver Championship, it is getting interesting. We've got 5 guys leading the charge, and Tinari is the man of the moment. He is leading the charge. Let's join him for a lap off Jeddah. And shout out to stream chat as well. Please let us know about audio levels, and hopefully we can keep you entertained throughout this stream, as we're getting a purple first sector for Tinari, which is pretty standard in this game. I would love to do a hot lap video kind of rundown here, but I'm not really familiar with this track. I have raced it in previous seasons, but this season it has changed a little bit. The curbs are a little bit different, can be a bit more dangerous. If you ride them too much, you will lose the control of the car. Basically you become a passenger, as Justin is out, and that looks like a sector 3 crash. We might actually see it. We do see it from Tinari's point of view, and yeah, that is not good for Justin, as Tinari is making his way down this long sweeping, I guess you could call it a straight, a bendy straight, and into the final corner on the power nice and early. DRS activates just about now, and then it's all the way down to the line. It's a 27.0. for Tenari, did he lift before the line? I'm just trying to work. No, he didn't. Okay.
So,
27-0 on mediums.
Apparently, according to Kebab, that
Uh-oh.
I am a bit quiet.
Okay, I can fix that, hopefully.
But whilst you're doing that, the times are starting to come in, and we're getting, what is it, mid to high 26s, people in the 27s. Of course, as you did point out there, Chief, that Junari is on mediums, setting his times. These are definitely early rubbering in runs. That's easy for me to say. Whenever you have guys like Mac doing a 1 minute 29. So expect to see these fall. Very surprising to see what happened to Justin. Maybe if he's, I don't know, he listens to the the streams. He's a very loyal viewer. We love him for that, and love everyone actually that tunes in for our streams. I like to get a bit of interaction going though on the chat, because I do like to keep a bit of crack going. So get the chat going. What is this zombie saying? Not audio quiet. I meant this and not saying anything because you hadn't said a word since I joined. Oh, actually, no, I've been saying quite a lot, actually, uncharacteristically.
Chief was monologuing. Whoa.
Off the hook, at least. Right. Anyway, what I'm really, if Justin is listening, though, I just want to hit up on that again. If he is listening, if he could let us know what happened there. Was it an incident, Chief? Did he crash, or did you catch it on Junari's camera?
Yeah, it was sector 3. After that, I'll flip out. Yeah, the corner names here. I mean, it's probably turn 25 or something like that. But it's, you know, the really fast right-hander. It's like a double right-hander leading onto the DRS straight in sector 3. He was in the wall on the left-hand side, so I imagine he's hit that curb, and we did touch on it a little bit. If you take too much curb, it will throw you into the wall. You lose control pretty much off the car.
All right. So pretty much everyone's Desi just sticks it on pole. I was going to say everyone's kind of settling down now. First run's done, but Desi, he then puts the benchmark down for everyone. That is the target, a 26.4, which, judging by what people have been saying in the Tier 1 chat, that should be pretty easily beat, I believe, as Scullion has retired also. Whether he retired on track, whether he crashed, I'm not sure.
Yep, yeah, I can see him at the side of the road as well. Is that the same place as Justin? I'm not 100% sure. But Meepo, I'm joining. Yeah, it is the same place where Justin went off. So drivers are struggling there. It's, you know, in sector 3, that last left-hander, it's like very fast. Yeah, you have to get your turn in just right. It's pretty much after that, if you get on the curb, you are in the wall. And I'll try and pick that up on a driver on a lap, if we can find one.
Well, while you're looking there, Chief, we have Gamer in chat saying, quite rightly, that this DNF will really hurt Justin's championship chances significantly. Yes, he definitely will potentially take a hit. It is only quali, and so anything can happen. And as we have seen anything by, if we know anything about Justin over these seasons, he just has a way of just positioning himself in the race that he can always capitalize. He always makes his way back up there. It's something I've said quite often. I think once I said he's almost like the Lewis Hamilton of SLR. I know he's a Max fan, but you know, Hamilton, just no matter what situation he's in, he always seems to get up there. So don't discount Justin just yet.
Yeah, especially with the safety car risk being high here, as it is a very fast street circuit with walls that are on. As you can see here, Fox is on a lap at the minute. Actually, he's not on a lap. He's done a lap. 28.6. He did hit the wall though on his run. Just at that point where we're talking about in Sector 3, where everybody seems to be struggling. Yeah, so I mean, safety cars will probably be a feature. I think there was 4 in Tier 3 and about 2 in Tier 2, at least 2 in Tier 2. And that will bring Justin right back into the race. But as you said, Bob, he does have a way of getting himself back in the mix somehow, some way. But he is definitely giving himself a lot of work to do today.
Mm-hmm. As you said, as I agreed, Chief, cream rises to the top. I think that's the saying. And yep, Justin is definitely off that caliber. But Copy has just started his lap, Chief. These corners, I don't know this track, but they just come at you relentlessly. and he is just about to complete Sector 1. So we'll kind of get a bit of a benchmark here to see what kind of time he's doing. And just watching this on board, to me, it's oh, he's actually done a purple first sector, 32. So I don't know if that's still if that's a Codemaster's bug, but alas, we will stay on board with him if we can, Chief. He's got a little bit of traffic to navigate there, no problem. They nicely stay out of the way.
Yeah, and we're coming up to the part, Bob, where I was talking about. So at the end of this, you get the left-hander, and on the left-hand side of the track, that's where I saw the dismembered bodies of Justin and the other driver of the DNF'd, Schoolline. Yep, they're just on that curb there. That's what's happening. People getting too much on that curb, and it will make you a passenger as your car just, it feels like aquaplaning, basically.
Yeah, well, that actually invalidated the cops, is what's my gasp there. Unfortunately, it would be really nice to see if he just completes the lap. I know there's not much point; he might as well pit, but it would have been quite interesting to see what he actually is going to complete it. Actually, hang on, did he invalidate? It was a 27.3, so that would have put him pretty much, what is it, 27.3 something, so about 8. So there you go.
Yeah, that's a decent lap from him, and good that he completed it, so he has a bit of delta to race against on his next run.
Mm-hmm. But currently, Adesi sitting up top there. No one has toppled him just yet.
Oh, but we've got Tino on a lap here, Bob. So riding on board with him right now. He doesn't have a time, so we're not going to see really by his sector times how fast he is going. We will only see that at the very end when he sets the lap time here. But as we know, Tino, he just shows up and he just has pace at every track, it seems.
Yeah, well, he posted something about what, a 25, was it 25.4, 25.6, something like that. I don't know what it was. So yeah, if anyone's going to get pole, you would have to, well, to topple the Desi at this moment, you would have to say it's going to be Tino. Of course, there's other guys. There's a guy called Mackinder knocking about the place there. He's a pretty quick guy. But let's see how Tino does here. Chief, is he's DRS? I think there's the DRS here. No, okay. So much I know. Crosses the line and then does indeed take the P1 for the moment. 26 dead, Chief. So we're getting close to these 25s.
Yep, getting ever closer, and 5 minutes left on the clock, so enough time for everybody to do another run, possibly 2 if you're out on a lap already. And Tenari is out on a lap, so let's have a look on his onboard, see how he's doing. Looking pretty tardy through Sector 1, I believe.
Yeah, so he's, I don't actually think he's on a lap though, is he, Chief? Because he says he was down.
He does seem to be going at a pedestrian level. This is more the speed I'm kind of used to.
Yeah, you see, we can compute the corners at this speed,
Yeah. So
with the boomers of Tier 1.
Eagle goes P8, so solid lap time from him. Meepo has returned to racing, and this is one of his favorite tracks, I think. So that 27.3 will be improved on, and he is on a lap at the minute. So let's have a look and see what he's doing. He's in Sector 2. And we should get an indication of how fast he's going if he's able to. Oh, he's 0.6 up on his time, and this would be well into the 26s, which is what he needs. And I'm sure there is a bit of time in the last sector as well to make up.
I believe actually. Sorry, Chief. No, I was just going to say I believe actually Baku is Meepo's best track, but of course there is no Baku. As who was that? Tunaman takes out the speed limit board in the pits. But just on Eagle, Meepo does a really great time there, yeah, 26.4. Thing on Eagle, he started off, near Tier 3, somewhere like that?
Yep.
And he slowly worked his way up to get in, currently sitting P9, on merit, on raw pace here in Tier 1, so Eagle's improved massively. And also, Chief, if you don't have anyone else to touch on yet, Astro is here. It's always a pleasure to watch a race with Astro because he just gives so much content. If he's not flying up front, because in previous seasons, he's got a lot of pace in him, but sometimes things happen, and Astro gets involved in stuff that just makes things even more exciting. And he says that he expects to get to lap 9 this time, Chief.
Yeah, I mean, he got it almost right last time. I think it was lap 15, and he said lap 14 would be when he DNFs in Imola. So, astrologist Astro might strike again in Jeddah.
I don't know. I kind of said lap 5, given the nature of Jeddah, but we'll see. We're kind of having fun here. Astro is actually a really, really, really good driver. He's over the seasons he's been here, he's proper quick. Like, it just incidents happen, and it just usually ends up having Astro involved in them.
Yeah, and it's kind of what makes league racing so fun is like you got all these different drivers, but as you go to each track, there's a lot of different factors go into the pace, like how much have you practiced, how do you feel on the day, like is the track suiting your style of driving. I know yourself, you have some favorite tracks that you just tend to be quick on, naturally.
Yeah.
But maybe at esports level, like Tino, I reckon it just applies to every track. He just shows up and somehow is esports level every time.
He just turns up and performs, yeah. Our gamer was asking, well, it's kind of a rhetorical question, can Tino finish? Because I think he has him tipped for the title. Yeah. He's in the best position at the moment. But I'm really, who's that? John B runs off like. I'm really, really impressed with that time Nepo set in there. He's really up there. And we have a front 6 finish lockout. I think Jenab and Jugay is our finish. Jenab's finish, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. A front 6 lockout so far from the Finns. Although it's not difficult when half the grid is finished.
Yeah, it's the finish takeover. Joe on a lap here. We're about to see how he does here as he approaches the last corner, and you really want to just get your brake in as late as possible, get a late apex, hook it up on the throttle all the way down. It's just pointing the car towards the finish line. DRS activated, and let's see, as he crosses the line is 28.6, so big improvement, but not making up too many positions there really. I think you need to get into the 27s if you want to make some movement on those on the timing stand.
So these guys, Chief, are, as we can see, navigating their way slowly, warming up their tires, probably holding on the brake, getting their brakes warmed up, getting their tires warmed up, and ready to do their final run. I'm actually going to run on board with Tino, Chief, but if there's someone crossing the line before him, let me see. You can run on board with him.
I've got Tugay at the minute. He looks like he's on it. He's making his way through sector 1. And he lost the back end, and he's gone into the wall. The rear hits the wall hard, but that's him out of the session. He won't have time to get back to the pits and put on another set of softs. And yeah, that was those curbs again. They're so dangerous, and we're probably going to see that in the race. If you push too hard, you get too greedy on the curbs, it will make you pay.
Well, Jenab is on a lap. He's just about to complete sector 1 here. McKenna sticks it in P2. So Jenab is down just marginally on his current time. So he's not improving, but he's not losing too much. He's kind of equaling himself here. So we'll keep a wee eye on him. Tino, Chief, meanwhile, has started his lap. Yes?
No, I'm just thinking, Tino started his lap.
Okay, so he has someone in front of him. I don't know if this is intentional or if it's a distraction, but they are still in front of him, and they'll need to get out of the way. I don't know who that was, but anyway, there's a Mercedes. Tino is up by 3/10.
Yeah, let's have a look. We'll join him for the rest of the lap here, because this looks like he's gunning for it, and he's going to cement that pole lap if he can get this lap delta to the line, and using all the track, just glancing off the wall there, a little bit of space left as he heads down to sector 3 time. We're going to get a sector 2 time up on the board, 4/10, up to over 4/10, and just throws it into each corner with absolute confidence here. He's got one more real corner to navigate. That's the final corner, and we're going to see a big improvement here, I think, from Tino, as long as he doesn't get the last corner wrong. And looks like it was nice and tidy through there. Down to the line, what are we going to see on the board is the 25.6.
But check out Meepo, Chief. I think he's going to jump back, maybe even jump down. He does indeed jump back. What a phenomenal lap from Meepo. That is a fantastic result. As you said, he does like these kind of tracks. His favourite track is Baku, but you're not too different really in Jeddah. What a lap from Tino, the only guy so far, well, pretty much I think he will be the only guy to get it into 25. But look at Dan and Meepo and Mac, they're all up there. Even look at the times, Chief, definitely from Desi and Mac and Meepo, very, very close. What a grid we've got for this race.
Yeah, McKenna, he banded his lap there. He pulled into the pits. Danny, though, came out of nowhere. Didn't really see him all session, and then puts it into P2. So he hooked it up when it mattered most on his last run off quali. And where we got it, we've got the starting grid in front of us. Tino P1, Danny P2, and where is Tanari? Because I don't see, oh, there he is, P8. So he's our championship leader. He's done in P8.
Sorry, can I just give a mention to Lepson? Lepson, a tier 3 driver who really does depend on his statistics, he well said. He's P14 in front of a number of very accomplished tier 1 drivers. So that is a phenomenal result in quality from Lepson.
Yeah, well spotted. And we can't forget as well, Justin at the very back off the grid. Skolon as well, wasn't able to set a real competitive lap time, 1:32 from him. So he was struggling out there today. So hopefully we'll see a bit of race pace out of him, as we are going to get a formation lap, so we do have a bit of breathing space to stretch our kind of vocal cords and get ready for some action.
Yeah, man, I like the formation laps on because it gives us a wee bit of chance to get ready for it. You know, for too long we've just been thrown in at the deep end, but hey, we managed. But for the qualifying, Chief, definitely for me, the outstanding performer there for me personally would be Meepo. I mean, I didn't see that pace. I know Meepo's quick. I didn't see that pace in him. He's up there, top 3 on merit, in front of the 3-time tier 1 champion at the moment, Mackinder, just behind Dan and of course Tino. So I'm sure his dad. It was great to have his dad in chat. Get the family on board. I'm sure he will be very, very supportive. He would be really keen to see Meepo start moving up forwards as this race progresses. But yeah, great performance by him.
Yep, absolutely, Bob. And yeah, let's get some predictions in chat. Who do you think's going to win this race? As yeah, we do get formation lap. Oh, I remember last week when we were told formation lap was on and it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. The predictions I think will be tricky because it's hard, obviously, to go against Tino, considering he's currently in P1 and he has that raw pace. But just anything can happen. Any one of these guys can win. Dan is on a mission. Like, he is so, motivated this season. I mean, he's motivated every season, but this season for sure, he wants this title back. It took him so long to get it, and then, he lost it again. Just the season previous, or whatever. You know what I mean? He just lost it to Mac, so he's really driven to get it. But then, of course, you've got Meepo wants to get that title. He wants to get his real title fight going. Then of course you have the 3-time champ Mac, and then at Desi. I think it is so hard to pick a winner in this one, Chief. Normally I'm not reluctant to pick a winner, but I just cannot fathom who is going to win this race.
Yeah, and you're seeing a wild spread of strategies already at play here. The front 2 guys on hards, and then medium soft, a couple of hard runners, and then it's a good mix behind from P10 onwards. In the tier 2, tier 3 races, it's hard to call a strat in Jeddah. It really is. I mean, you can do soft hard, you can do soft medium if you're good with tires, you can do medium hard if you want to play it safe, but it all comes down to when these potential safety cars going to come out. It can really affect your strategy. Play into an early safety car could play into the hands of these soft runners, but if it comes a bit later, that obviously disadvantages these soft runners. So yeah, we're going to see some interesting things today, but I think it's all going to come down to who gets the strat calls right, and hindsight's a brilliant thing. I always would love to know when the safety cars are coming out in the race, and I can pre-plan my strategy, but alas, I can't predict the future.
The opposite happens to you, Chief, is whenever, what was it, you were leading or what, and then the safety car comes out just then. Oh, remember that?
Oh man, one of my worst moments was I stayed out at Spa and everybody pitted behind me when the safety car came out. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, I was Silverstone, sorry.
Yeah, I was in VC with you at the time, and I was like, Chief, why did you not go in? Oh, Tino disqualified. So not from necessarily that's just a quality. So you just get put back a little bit. I think that's just the way it works.
Yeah. Small mistake from Tino, showing that he is human.
He's only human after all. I don't have a good camera angle for this, Chief, so this is going to be a tricky one to call. So I'll maybe run on board with who will I run? Meepo. I'll run on board with Meepo, and we'll see how we get on here.
Yep, anticipation grows as we're waiting for the lights to go up. But there they go, Bob. Let's go.
So the lights are on, and Tino leads us away here at Jeddah for SLR in Tier 1. Dan the man slots just spin behind him. McKenna gets a fantastic start, tries to go up the inside of Meepo, and Meepo is careful to make sure he gives space there. Not fight this too much because, of course, Mac is on those softs. So Mac already up to P3 as, who was that? I thought I seen a Desi was trying to go for a wee move on Meepo. Didn't work. So yeah, a good job for McKenzie getting up onto P3 there on those softs, Chief. Any further movements further back? Not much happening. Everyone seems to be following behind nicely.
Yeah, Justin has made some moves, sorry, just to put in there. He's made up two positions so far. He is on those medium tires at the back of the grid here, so really he's just trying to pick up positions at this point as everybody tries to get up to speed, warm their tires up, etc., etc.
Yeah, he is currently navigating here around Astro. Oh
my word. Yeah, that was tight. That was tight, but he had to go the escape route and maybe pick up a warning there. As we're saying, more moves at the front. McKender goes in front of Danny Coe, but Danny Coe has got a good run out of the final corner, and they're very, very close running down to this final corner. It's Slipstream. Oh, and we got a 5-second penalty for Justin. So he's that's from that instance. So he gained one position from that. Oh my word! Who was that? There was an Alpine that just came off.
Mac's off. My goodness, Mac, and who else? Oh, we're getting drama here in Jeddah already. I didn't expect this so soon. Meepo as well, Chief. It's Meepo. He's last.
Oh my word. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was who it was. I was trying to catch him, but he kept dropping back. Yeah, he sent it up the inside of McKender, and I think that's what caused that whole thing.
Sorry, Astro just really late in the brakes and hit someone. Oh my goodness, this is just turning into pandemonium. Further back here, we've got Meepo and Mac and Justin all further back. Justin right on the back of Scully, and my goodness, this is just a gift for Tino now, letting him get away. But my goodness, Chief, what an opening lap as Justin is really squeezed up the back here off Scully, and he's desperate to get past.
Oh my word.
Scully running wide. Is he going to deploy? Oh my goodness, is going to get really tetchy here. We've got Mac right behind, got a good view of this. Justin goes around, not much Scullin can do, so well done, but Mac also gets behind, so we're going to have a real good battle here. Scullin is still hanging on here with Mac. He's a little bit, okay, good job. So, Justin clipped the wall! And he ended up running wide, and I might have picked up a warning there. I don't know about that penalty though, Chief. He might be able to appeal that later on in the race, but alas, we're an opening lap.
I have some information on that penalty. Yeah, he got 2 5-second penalties. I don't know where the second one came from, but yeah, I mean the problem with that is he can't get them removed after the race because he will serve those in the pits most likely. As Justin is making moves again, so obviously Justin has thought he has to be very aggressive, but there's other drivers out there defending aggressively. We saw that. Desi is taking the lead here. So we had our eyes at the back of the grid, and there is stuff happening at the back of the grid again. Someone's dropping down the order. It's Schooling. Oh, he's in the pits. Lavi Vasil in the pits. Obviously, a bit of front wing damage. And we're seeing who else? Lavi Vasil, Schooling, both in the pits. As we're seeing Joel getting overtaken by Meepo almost. Sorry.
Oh, Justin on the curb. Justin loses it. Oh, Justin's lost it on the curb. My goodness. He was making good progress there. Now he's back to square one. Oh my goodness.
Oh dear, I'm not doing very good with the camera work here. There's too much action for my slow fingers. I'm looking at Justin. Has he got damage on the car? Can you see?
I don't think he got damaged, but it was definitely on the curb. He was navigating past Leps, and he got past Leps. And then, a little bit, I think it was that curb that you speak about, Chief, that he just came to lost it. So, yeah, naturally you can expect he probably is very frustrated. He's already had been in some fights, lap one already. Meepo is trying to now come back now, Chief. He's going to have a little look here on Joel, but they're both catching Astro. Oh, he closed the DRS really early. Joel, he had the brake there. Get out of that one. Meepo is... touching the brake. Oh, my goodness.
Meepo. No, Meepo.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it looked like Joel might have lifted a bit and it just caught Meepo off guard. We do have a virtual safety car. How is it not a safety car? There's debris all over the track, but poor Meepo, his car lies there forlorn, out of the race. Wasn't to be for Meepo, and yeah, it got a bit crazy there, I think. Hopefully it settles down a little bit now, but yeah, I don't know what to make of that. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, it was just I don't know. He just had such an overspeed over Joel and Ash. Well, Joel mainly had an overspeed, and I don't know whether he lifted or what Joel lifted, but Meepo ended up just gently tapping the back end of Joel's car, and that was just enough to send him off into the wall. So disaster for Meepo after doing a fantastic quali. There he comes away with absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so we're down to 19 drivers. VSC is still active out there, so the guys will be just watching that delta. And seeing Justin passing Joel under VSC for some reason. Not sure what happened there, but yeah, guys will be just eyeing up that delta, just making sure they're not getting too high, but they're also not getting into the red, and they want to time it perfectly here, because especially this front bunch. Oh, and there we go. We've got some VSC drive-through penalties coming in, and I think it was Schooling at the back there picked up one. As everybody gets underway again, and I'm looking at Tugay here. He's P3. He's on these softs, so he won't have any problems getting his tires up to speed here. So it might be an opportunity for him to pounce on the pounce for the lead.
Does indeed say DRS is enabled. So yeah, I was mostly running with the back guys there, Chief, because there was quite a lot of action happening so early into Tier 1. So, but we still have this interesting fight now between Tino and Adesi. Of course, Tino on the better tyres.
Yeah.
And arguably...
Sorry, Bob, just
yes.
a bit of a moment in the turn one there. Danico was so close to the back end of Tugay that he actually hit him in the turn one, but no damage done, just a little love tap. Yeah, Danico is... It looks like he's actually being held up at this stage of the race with the soft runner of Tugay ahead of him.
Yeah, most likely. I would say he'll probably... How long did they get? Around about a lap 11, I think. Didn't we see Luke in Tier 2? He managed to get his softs a lap 11, although that was, of course, I think we had a switch to 25%. So yeah, I'm not really sure how long these softs will last, but surely they'll get to 10 laps anyway. So yeah, it's only a matter of time before Dan and Tino pass their guys in front.
Yeah, and Dan will be looking to get past Tugay as quickly as possible, because those soft tires, even though they're still, in their optimal window, they are starting to fall off around about now. They just, every lap will just feel a little bit worse, and Danny Coe on those hards, he will feel, oh, and it looks like he might go for a move here. He is picking up a bit of speed under Slipstream. He does have DRS, but so does Tugay. So maybe on the run down to turn one, we've seen Danny Coe being very, very close behind on the previous lap. It looks like he's too far back for now. All four of these guys actually running very, very close together right now. There's only 2/10 between them.
Yeah, I'm just watching this pretty straightforward DRS overtakes on the main straight, but nothing too dramatic just yet. And yeah, it's mostly Dan, Chief. Is this really close one? This is the one we're most likely to see. If there's going to be any moves done, it'll be this one by Dan. And of course, he needs to be careful following behind these cars and on the nature of this track. Like, it's easy to get a bit of understeer following so closely behind, I believe.
Yeah, and he wants Tugay to be dropped from DRS of the guys ahead, but at the same time, he doesn't want to lose that DRS to the lead pack. So that's why you were seeing a bit of pressure here from Danny on Tugay to get this move done before they do drop out of DRS range.
Yeah, a bit twitchy there at that exit from Tugay, so that'll be... Dan will bank that in the back of his mind now. That'll be the first real sign that those softs are starting to give up. So Dan will start creeping up a bit more and really start to pile on the pressure on Tugay to get that P3 and start his attack on the front runners, Chief.
Yeah, just missed a move there from McKender on Fox. He's up to P11 there. Joel picking up a penalty. Oh, and Fox taking the escape route there, and I think he's going to have to give up that position to Tilde. He does do that and avoids that 5-second penalty that you would get for illegal overtake. But yeah, McKenna making moves up to P11 on these soft tires, so we'll be hoping maybe for a safety car pretty soon. But let's go up front again, as these guys are looking tighter than ever going into turn 1.
Yep. Our gamer saying about Eagle passing Forever P9. Yeah, I seen that. It was just one of those DRS overtakes I mentioned. Eagle is doing a great job here in Tier 1 indeed. Fleur will be keen to follow behind though in DRS, so we'll keep a wee eye on that battle. It's the DRS overtakes in the main straight, you know, they're expected. It's these ones going into the corners is where you don't really expect. What's this here? Scullion is catching up on the back of Joel. Oh, he's got a lot of overspeed, a wee bit of battery boost as well. Straight past him, no problem. The power of this DRS. And Leps is oh my goodness, Joel actually would get really late in the brakes there, and he nearly ran into the back of Scullion.
Yeah, so battles all the way to the back of the grid, but let's go up front again. Danny Coe is looking close. What I think 1/10 was the gap there, as I mean, one mistake here and it's game over. You're going to lose position or a front wheel. And it looks like Danny Coe is going to go around the outside. He's using a bit of ERS. He's got DRS open, but they're fastly approaching Desi and Tino up ahead. So it looks like Danny Coe's going to get this move done into the penultimate corner, and that's good news from him. And two guys going to come under further pressure from behind now. But the Haas boys are looking pretty pacey out there as Tino gets overtaken by a Desi. There is a bit of a shuffle here at the top of the grid. It looks like two guys going for the move again on Danny Coe. Danny Coe able to defend and keep that P3 position. So lots of battling going on here, and it looks like the Haas boys are indeed actually Copy in the mix area. He gets up to P6. Didn't see that happening in the background there, but
yeah, I was actually watching Cops there, Chief, but I didn't interrupt you because it was again just a DRS overtake. But notably, Mac is in the pits to get these off these softs and sticks on a set of mediums. So he'll be likely running pretty much. Is it one stop, isn't it, Chief, for soft medium?
Yeah, it is one stop. Yeah, you can make it last, but potentially a two stop if you're struggling out there. I have to say, Jonty, he rode the curb there a bit too much, and it cost him big time. He's dropped 3 positions. So Copy up to P6. Tanari is now P7. Our man Eagle Ghost is representing in P8. So great to see him riding so high in the standings right now.
Yeah, and it's good to see so many people in chat giving good comments as well. As Boosted does say that it is indeed a fine line between making pace or taking a trip to the wall.
Put your teeth back in there. Oh, McLaren off. It's Labby Vasol, I believe. Yeah.
And yeah, as they point out, like it's just relentless. Like you don't get a chance to, you know, take a breath or anything. It's just corner after corner after corner. The amount of focus these guys need is well, to the extreme, let's say. As we're getting Cops is getting passed by Chinari. Chinari moves up into P6 on the hards. Tuge will definitely be struggling on on these softs, and he's going to be dropping back surely pretty quickly if he doesn't come into the pits and get off those softs.
Oh, and Justin has got up to speed again with Astro, so they're going almost wheel to wheel there, coming out of turn 1, turn 2. So I'll keep an eye on this because we saw how it ended last time. As Justin definitely has pace on Astro, it looks like. Justin on these medium tires, but of course, oh, Astro getting wide there, running across the curb, and Justin having to back out there. So this is costing Justin some time, and it looks like Astro's actually just saying, you know what, just go past. At this point in the race, I'm not very confident in keeping it together, so that's good to see from him. And there is a change in the lead. It's Tino takes P1 again. So these guys, I think they're working together. They've dropped Danny by 2.4, and I think the finish guys are working together here. What are you saying, Bob?
It was just Astro hitting the wall there. He's starting to really struggle. Of course, it is indeed lap 9. Oh, Tuge getting up to, what's that? Tuge getting up to P9 or 3 again, passes down. What was I saying there? It is lap 9, and Astro did say that this is probably whenever he disappears. But let's say he's got the DRS. Is he going to go past Justin? Is he after giving it to him? What's going to happen here? No, surely he'll not. No. Okay. Actually, you know what? He actually does. I mean, how's he going to navigate this? He's going to have such a run on Justin here with the DRS. Yeah, I'm going to keep on board with this one, Chief.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for the move. He does not. He backs out, so he is... maybe he felt responsible for that incident earlier on, and he's not one to give Justin too much of a hard time. But, yeah, McKender with 1:30.0 as the fastest lap of the race. He's on those fresh medium tires, and we're seeing a move for... oh, it looks like Jonty gets out of position again and loses a position to Flair. So Jonty is... It looks like he's struggling with the curbs. It's costing him positions and time as he drops down the order.
Yeah, I'm still running on board with this here. Oh, Epson runs out very deep, but doing a respectable job here in P14. He's not normally a no assist guy, but he's doing a fantastic job, I have to say. Oh, Scullion retired. Did he retire? He's retired in the pits, I believe. So, yeah. No safety car.
Oh, Danny Koo is going for a move here. Again, he's trying to get this P3 position back from 2K. And let's have a look. Get a better camera angle. He looks like he's done it. But 2K is going to have DRS. Danny will not have that. So, Danny...
Move for the lead, Chief.
Oh.
Sorry, there's a possible move for the lead. No, Desi's backing out of it. So we've got a couple of battles here to keep the track on. 2K doesn't do...
Oh, what happened there? 2K, it looked like Danny Koo kind of conceded the position, but got it back going through turn 1, so I think 2K made a bit of a mistake there. And,
yeah, 2K ran deep, Chief.
Yeah, almost lost the car, and I think it's time for 2K to pit. That's what we're seeing there, as Danny Koo is now freed and just has Janab to keep him company for this P3 spot.
Thing is, that battling probably did cost Dan. I believe might have made him drop out of that DRS because of that. I wasn't on board with that one, but yeah. We'll expect to see a Desi surely coming in. He'll be coming in soon, yes.
Yep, indeed. We're going to start seeing these pit stops playing out. McKenna has pitted onto those mediums. Should be able to get to the end on those, but he is P15. So I'm sure he'll be glad to see other people pitting. He can make up a few spots, and we'll see the lay of the land as everybody gets their first pit stop under their belt. But yeah, I think Tanari has a little train developing behind him. It's Copy, it's Eagle Ghost, Flare, and Jonty is just outside of the DRS range there. So yeah, a little battle in midfield we can keep an eye on.
Jenab, my goodness, Jenab did well to hold on to that one. Well, 2 guys going to come into the pits, but Jenab had such a run on. Well, didn't have a run on Dan. He just had the DRS, and I think he just got caught out with the overspeed. And he has no battery. No battery. Now you know what I'm like about when people have no battery. But it goes to show you how hard he's trying to keep up with Dan, the man.
Indeed. So Justin also pitted there in the background, along with Tugay. Justin comes out. Oh, he's going to have to serve that. One of those 5-second penalties is going to come off, I believe. But yeah, he's going to come out well back. He's really praying for a safety car right now. And you know what? Is it? Yeah, he's still in the pit. Sorry, he's still being held for that 5 seconds. So he's got rid of 1 5-second. He's still one more to get rid of. So even if he was able to somehow climb his way back into this race, that 5-second penalty is going to hurt him big time.
Yeah, I mean, just to really compound it or give the nature of how far back he is, he was just leaving the pits when Tino and Desi were pretty much completing sector 2. So speaking of which, Desi is squeezing up onto the back end here of Tino, but he backs out. Excuse me, a wee bit of hiccups. So the DRS, do you get DRS in this main straight? I think you do, don't you? Yeah, you do. So here we go. Tino gets such a drive off that final corner. Have you noticed, Chief? It's just he gets so much traction so that it kind of nullifies the DRS for a Desi. He's done a great job. It's like Alonso in Brazil there at the weekend.
Yeah, and they are dropping these, P3 and P4, Danny Koo and Janab, and I think that's what we're saying here is Tino and Adesi are working together. Adesi has 100% ERS right now. Tino is using a little bit more because he's the leading driver, 75% for him, as we're seeing more pits in the background, Jonty in the pits, Tilda in the pits. So I think we're going to start... I think Adesi, it suits him to stay out a bit longer, because he has this DRS to the lead car. So
Yeah, I agree.
he's probably going to extend, and he might go to softs then, and that would just basically cement the win for him, as Joel picks up a time penalty in the background.
It's possible that he might even just follow Tino in. He might just be quite happy to just sit here and kind of leech off this DRS. Because he doesn't seem to, like, he's happy to squeeze up in the back of him, as you're going to see here, but doesn't seem to be interested in passing. I think he just wants Tino to just kind of pull him along, like almost like a car trailer pulling behind.
Yeah, one option. I know they're in VC together, so one option they could have is like if they both said, like, listen, let's run a wee bit long and go on to the sauce. I think that would be perfect for them. But what the pit window for sauce would be pretty much lap 15 onwards, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Who's this? Janab and Dan in the pits, Chief. So Janab gets a 5-second time penalty. So yeah, Janab copying Dan. Janari coming into the pits too. So yeah, Chief, these hard runners are now starting to pull the plug on them and switching over. So it'll be interesting to see what Tino and Adesi does. I'm convinced that Adesi, he runs on the curb, and he might just drop out of DRS, and he's going to get a penalty. Surely not a penalty. He's going to get a massive warning for that one. So that might be it. I think you might even see Adesi coming in now.
Yeah, bit of a you don't see many mistakes from these guys, but there you go. And he's just outside DRS range, so it's didn't lose that much time. He's actually back within the DRS range there. Maybe Tino going a little bit easier on the throttler to let him catch up. Who knows? But yeah, Colin has moved up to P3 then, but he still has to pit, of course.
Yeah, he seemed to be able to not lose much speed there to Tino, even though he ran wide. So I know Tino says he doesn't help other Finnish people. I'm not Irish. Anyway, DRS. He doesn't have the DRS, but he is still within it, and they're staying out. No, they're not. What am I talking about? They haven't even come to the pit straight yet. They're coming to it now. Let's see what they do. They stay out, so they are staying out. I'm convinced, as I already said, that they are going to follow each other. I think they're both going to come in at the same time.
Yeah, Lavi Vasil pulling over there. He is a first lap car of the session. And that can feel pretty demoralizing, especially at lap 15 out of 25. But you never know, Bob. I know that in Singapore you pulled off. You were a lap down, and you came back, and I think you finished P4 at the end of the race.
That's right. Yep. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Whenever I was young and fresh, what was it? A young buck, as they used to say. That's B, by the way, folks. I'm saying the letter B.
Buck aged, yeah.
Yeah, buck aged. I mean, I'm sure we're the only ones who understand that. A buck agent.
But right now, we're looking at a race where Tino has this under control. Desi is in with he's got his aura in there. I don't know. I can't see any way Tino loses this other than he gifts the win to Desi right now. But we did see a mistake from Adesi a couple of laps ago, so anything can happen. And I have to say, Copy's doing pretty well here. I think, if I'm reading this correctly, Copy is also extending and hoping to switch on the softs at the end, so would be on the better tire at the end of the race. But yeah, let's have a look. Danny Coe in P5, 1.4 behind Tugay, who has pitted also. But Tugay does have a time penalty to his name. How is Tugay ahead of...
Adesi's in, Chief. So Adesi comes in and pits. Oh, and he nearly runs actually a bit. He just about gets the car slowed down. That would have been catastrophic.
And he's going on soft. He's going on soft. Yeah. Yep.
Getting the softs on, yeah. So I expect Tino to come in soon. Marson in chat saying that Joel is collecting some nice penalties. And on that, Joel has 9 seconds.
Wow.
And the only other guys close to them would be Fox on 6, Justin on 5, as we know that happened at the start, Jenab on 5, and Tugay currently on 3.
Oh, Bob, look at this. Adesi comes out right behind Danny Coe. Adesi does have to get these softs up to speed, but once they get some heat in them, they're going to be much faster than those mediums. So I'll keep an eye on this battle here, because this is going to be important for the win. Adesi went for a slight undercut on Tino, so Tino might come out behind these guys, which will be interesting. So Danny Coe has a lot of work cut out for him ahead, as Eagle Ghost has joined the session, meaning he disconnected at some point, and that is unfortunate for him. He's currently P10, still in with a shot of points, and I think most people have pitted as well.
Yeah, you might as well just stick on board with this battle between the Desi and Dan, because it really does seem like the closest battle on track at the moment, and it's definitely going to get heating up soon. Is Dan going to get the DRS from someone? Look at the overspeed that Desi's got. Oh my goodness, he's setting purple sector and he's deploying, so he's going to try and make short work of Dan here as quick as he can. And it's Dan not going to defend too much. He moved holes in the middle of the track, but there's very little Dan could have done there. The overspeed and the DRS and the soft tires. Not much he could have done with that, but that puts up that Desi up to P4, and he has Tugay in front. Joel retired, and it's a safety car.
Joel!
Perfect timing. Dan, what is that? Dan just faked going into the pits, and then in the last minute, well, within the regulations, he pulls back out again.
Wow.
So, of course, it makes sense for Dan not to go into the pits. He's only on to lap old.
And Bob Tino came out of the pits there, so he had done his pit stop when that safety car came out, but he was coming out of the pit lane, so he would have benefited a little bit there. But look who's ahead of him. Tugay is ahead. Copy, who still I imagine is going to pit under this safety car. He's leading this race currently, but a bunch of guys are pitting for fresh tires, and it looks like softs are going to be the order of the day. A few guys going for mediums. McKenna in P7 there. Justin will, yep, he's in the pits. He's serving that other fight. Oh, Danico, what has happened? No!
Safety car! Oh no!
What happened?
I just seen it at the last minute, and Dan was like balls deep up the back end of the safety car.
Oh no. I see it.
Oh my god!
What has happened? Safety car is still on track, but it stood still. We've got, oh my word, what is happening here?
Oh my goodness! What is the safety car waiting for the leader? What? Oh my! I am flabbergasted of what happened there. I switched over the last minute, and it looked like Dan was just trying to get out of the way of the safety car, and he hit. Something happened, but the rear end, the front left of Dan collided with the Merc off the safety car, and oh no, my goodness! I can just imagine the absolute amount of rage going through Dan right now. That I'm almost speechless.
I'm shocked.
So I'm genuinely shocked.
I'm traumatized, yeah. What just happened there? Like, and the safety car is just sat in the same position. So, Tino is the lead driver. Is he going to? Yeah, I wonder if the lobby is broke. Is that what's happened, or is?
I'm not sure. Boosted on chat, saying that. Icewin had a similar incident where it just appears on the racing line.
Tino's about to come up to it, and the safety car is getting underway again. So that is a mystery. What really went on there? It looked like the safety car was waiting for Tino for whatever reason, and Danny Coos just smashed into it. We will undoubtedly hear from Danny Co at some point. Some idiots in chat saying lobby and the safety car. I couldn't read that. What is it? What is this name?
It says lobby and the safety car looked fine from Danny's stream.
Oh no, so okay, so he just got caught unaware, it seems. That is absolutely shocking. I'm shocked, man.
So am I. I mean, I'm really struggling what to say on that one. I almost feel a wee guilty, Chief, because we both wished Dan good luck before the race, like legit before we went live. So, who knows? Maybe Dan will take his rage out on Joel for crashing and bringing it out.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all. That came out of nowhere. Danny Co was looking pretty good. He was in the lead pack there, and the safety car suited him just fine. He was still in with a shout of the win. But, my word, how things can change so quickly.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Joel, if you're listening. The demise of Danny Co is on your conscience, sir.
Poor Joel.
Of course, I'm joking. Of course. People take me seriously a bit too much. But it was just the fact that it stopped. Like, it just... I think that Well, as Cody says, and it looked fine on Danny's stream. Look, we're kind of just second guessing because we didn't see the whole thing. I just switched over, and all I seen was a Mercedes, like practically dead stop, and Dan balls deep into it. I think I can say that in the chat. He was like really like up the back end of that Merc. So, what's this? Icewind saying that the safety car just kind of weaved ahead of Dan and then brake checked him. My goodness. Oh my goodness! Speaking of brake check, Mac nearly got caught out by Astra there.
I wonder, can you report the safety car for brake checking?
Oh, Icewind's right. Sorry, it's an Aston Martin, isn't it? That's right. I keep on calling it a Merc. Forgive me.
Yeah, you can trust Icewind to keep you right.
No.
Yeah, let's have a look at the order then as this safety car is playing out. We still have some time left, I think, until we get under a restart. With 6 laps left in this race as it stands. Tino is leading the way. A Desi P2. Copy on very fresh softs in P3. So he's in a really solid position right there. 2K obviously has a penalty. I think it's 3 second. I can double check that. Yeah, it is. He's on very fresh softs also. Then you've got Astor Boys, kind of out of position from the earlier race, but obviously didn't pit there. Decided to go for track position. P5 on slightly older mediums, with a very strong looking McKender behind on also a little bit older mediums, 2 lap old mediums. And then you've got Janab Tanari, the dark horse. He's just always been in the mix, hasn't he? Has dropped a few positions due to that safety car, but is down in P8. John D P9, and then we've got our boy Eagle Goose back in the session, P10. And yeah, 16 drivers remain. Justin is just outside of points right now. He's got rid of both 5 seconds. So I reckon we're going to see some aggressive driving from him as he tries to make up as many positions as possible to get, that damage limitation achievement.
Yeah, I agree. This is Justin's best chance now to try and get up the points. As you said, he has shoot those penalties off. We might actually get another safety car. I think we are going to get another safety car lap because Lepson is still not caught up. Neither has Lavi Vasol. And I fear that if Lavi Vasol doesn't catch up by the end of this lap, which I think he should, then I think the safety car will continue without him. But yeah, I think he should catch up. All right, excuse me. Yeah, Chief, we're going to get 5 laps of. We're going to get a 5-lapper.
Yeah, the good old 5-lapper, you can't beat it. And Jetta is great for us, not so great as a driver unless it all comes together for you. It can go either way. It can get a wee bit wacky races out there. But it's what's to be expected because everything's on the line, everybody's bunched up, and there's only 10 points paying positions. And yeah, I mean, Copy is in a really good position here. Fresh as tires, and he's in P3. I wonder what is going through his mind right now.
The only thing is, of course, Chief, everything's almost nullified when the fact that you've got Tino in P1 on reasonably fresh softs. And, he's been looking pretty solid. Absolutely unstoppable so far. So, yeah, you navigate a Desi. You still have to get past Tino within 5 laps. Look, who know? We all know what happens when we say this. Safety cars breed safety cars. And as often as we've done this, we've always seen whenever you get a late safety car with like 3 laps or 5 laps to go, it is going to be hell for leather. There will be so many opportunistic moves. I expect. Don't be surprised if we get a couple of more DNFs.
Yeah, the FIA will be quite nervous at this point as this. Oh, Eagle Goose.
Safety car.
Yeah, safety car.
What?
Oh, what is happening there? There's been an issue at the back of the grid. I saw Eagle Goose losing position there, but let's just have a look at the front of the grid here as Tino assumes control. He is the lead car in this race, gets to set the pace off the restart, and he's getting his tires warmed up nicely there as they head down to the last corner.
Someone lost a bit of front wing, Chief. in that incident. I seen a bit of carbon fiber flying about. I'm just trying to find out who it was. I'm not sure, but alas, someone further back is going to suffer from understeer.
Yeah, Tino is off, and he's got a pretty decent start there. Tugay is looking very close onto the back of Copy. Copy's going to defend there. He defends late, but a nice move from him. Just and Tenari's out. What has happened to Tenari? Oh my word! Is that into the pits or? Oh, I don't understand.
I'm not sure, but as I said, you know, don't be surprised we see another DNF. We've got Jenab! Oh no, Jenab and Jonty! It was Jonty going up, trying to go up the inside of Jenab, and he got his nose snapped off. It's remarkable how he held onto that one. It's a full attack, as I said. This is what you have to expect. And Justin is further back, keeping an eye on this one, Chief. Oh, what's happening up ahead? We've got Jenab getting past Astro. Astro is not going to yield now. And no, and he gets a little bit of tapping, is running Jenab right to the wall, but he holds on and he gets that position for now.
Yeah, very close racing there. It looked like a bit of contact, but everybody gets through relatively unscathed. Tenari, unfortunately, not so much. I think he was in the pit lane when I looked in the track map, so I'm not sure what happened there. We'll hopefully find out. But these guys are running very, very close together as Justin is on the back of them now. So this is a 4-man group, and this is for P6. And
Duguay going up to P3, gets past Cops. Further back, just stuck on board though. Mac's going to have another look. Is Mac going to have a go? No, he's not. So I'll keep an eye on that one, Chief. But this Johnny just taps the back end.
Oh my word!
Off Astro, but that lets Justin sneak up. So Justin gets up into the points positions, and he now has Jenab fully in his sights. And Jenab is a little bit of a defense, not much. There's a couple of wee jolts there to the left, not much. And Justin sends it. Does he get it though?
Yeah, he does get it, yeah, because Janab had to take the escape route, cut turn 2, and allow Justin to take that position. So Justin now up to P6, well in the points, and he has Copy 2 seconds ahead. Copy does seem to be struggling a little bit at this phase of the race, being passed by 2 cars, but still in with a shout at decent points here.
Yeah, as I said, do not ever discount Justin. Like I said, he has that knack of just getting his way up to these good positions. As I said that, it looked like Justin touched the wall.
Oh, he glanced it hard there. I don't think there was any damage. Oh, did he hit another bit of wall there? He's obviously milking the most he can get out of that car, and maybe going over the limit a little bit, but it looks like he's got away with it so far. No visible damage on the car.
But, he definitely, Copy, I think, is possibly for the taking. Copy does seem to be struggling a little bit, it seems. And Tino gets passed by a Desi to take the lead of the race with only a few laps to go. Now, I don't know how much Tino fought that, but I think that he's probably either going to wait for maybe the last lap to get the DRS to get him again. But yes, Chief, we've got so many things to keep track of. Jonty passes is still side by side. Look at this, the Chief. Jonty and Astro still side by side. What? I don't know what's going on here. Let me see.
Oh, Astro, that is not good, Astro, man. Come on. That was, yeah. Anyway, let's just move on to the next overtake. What did I just say there, man? Come on. That was bad. That was bad. Even for Astro, that was
Astro's, well, he's just driving straight into the. Where's he going? He's struggling. He retires on track.
Made it to lap 23, but yeah, then the talent ran out, and I think there's going to be a report there for sure from one of the Alpha Tauri boys.
Well, Tilda got massively compromised by that, so he'll be definitely annoyed by that. But meanwhile, Chief Mac has now caught up onto the back of Tugay. DRS activated, got a good bit of battery. Tugay doesn't have that much now, but Tino is going to be under attack here, I would imagine, from these guys. Yeah, definitely Mac will sees the opportunity and he's going to go for it. The thing is, here comes Mac. He's going to go for the move, going around the wide way around Tugay, and Tugay gets clearly on the brakes to give that position to Mac because they know the finish do work together, despite what they like to tell us, and gives the position to Mac. Mac now has Tino in sights. Now, will there be any workaround here? Now, I don't know. They are for the major point positions. 3 fins on fins. Someone has to win. Oh, Mac touches the back of Tino and nearly spins Tino, but Tino hangs on. Good bit of throttle control there and still holds on to P3, Chief.
Yeah, worth mentioning, McKenna and Tugay are actually teammates, so might be working a little bit closer together. But yeah, we got a lot of finish action in the top four here, and I don't know who's going to come out tops. McKenna on these mediums is looking very, very pacey, but he's kind of at a disadvantage here with Desi and Tino, both. Yeah, and I think is it DRS already open, isn't it? So
DRS is activated, yeah.
yeah, so they've got that protection of DRS from McKender, but we're about to head on to the last lap, and McKender is looking very punchy. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for a move. And Tino in the next couple of laps here.
Here comes Mac now. Mac will have the DRS as well as Tino has it on a Desi. These are for the big points positions. And yeah, Mac's just getting a little bit out of the dirty air there. So something's going to give. These guys are almost neutralizing each other. They've got so much pace. Max seems to just be kind of a little bit more. Of course, note that they both have soft tires in front, so they will be gradually deteriorating, as while Max will not as much. As Ice has mentioned there about this finish teamwork thing, as Tino goes for the move on a Desi, as I kind of predicted the last lap lunge or the last lap attack. And so, what's Mac going to do? Mac is arguably, you would say, the better position here with these tires. But the guys in front have more battery, Chief. So, yeah. Is it going to stay? Yeah. Astro's left us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be key is the ERS management. McKender just slightly down on the ERS. We're on the last lap here. But, yeah, I mean, this has really been a controlled race from Tino and Adesi. Not sure how much they were working together, but they definitely were working together to some extent. And even with that late safety car, we're able to keep a commanding control of this race. McKender obviously still in it, and he could still put a spanner in the works, but I think it's going to take a mistake from either Desi or Tino as McKender glances the wall there, trying to eke everything out of this car, but I think it's going to be too late.
Yeah, I think that's I think this is going to be our grid order, Chief, definitely from the front three anyway. I don't really see what more they can do. Is there any more DRSs, really? Not really. Worth mentioning, Mac has just deployed everything he's got. And so, yeah, this is it. But in saying that, Desi is squeezing up onto the back of Tino. How does he do? Tino is flashing, so he's got no deployment. There's a little bit of DRS, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be too little, too late for Desi, as the Tino takes the win in Jeddah, pole and the win, the Desi in P2, and Mac rounds out the top three in P3.
Nicely done, yeah. We've got other drivers crossing the line there. We've got Janab in P6. Justin got up to P7. He had to battle a little bit with Janab there. And the Haas boys, bit of a Haas sandwich for Justin, but points for him. So he did get back into the race, and it was good to see. I mean, you know yourself, Bob, it is tempting just to go, you know what, it's not happening today, let's just check out. But he stuck with it, gets P7 in the end. Jonty P8, Lavi Visol, great finish, and our man from Tier 3 with a P10 position. So good stuff all around.
Yeah, Ice kind of fooling around with me here, saying that's some teamwork for the Finns taking each other out, but you know what I mean. I don't necessarily mean you're helping each other. It's just you probably don't fight as hard each other as you would be other people. Well, that's how it seems anyway to people.
Yeah, I do like a bit of Finn on Finn action, I have to say.
So do I, and I'd love to see it.
But yeah, what a race! What a end to the race as well. We had our ups and downs this week with Jeddah, especially Tier 2 race. Didn't want to happen, but we got there eventually. But Tier 1, just the one. What it was just the one safety car, and then the VSC as well. So late safety car, almost scuppered the plans, but it's a all finish podium as Tino. I think it's his first win of the season. I might be wrong. Iceland, correct me if I'm wrong.
Figure right. No, figure right.
Desi P2 and then McKender P3. So, yeah, in terms of the championship standings for the Drivers' Championship, Tuna obviously is going to drop down. I think Mac might take the lead of the championship, possibly a Desi. Actually, I think a Desi will, and then McKender will be second, but we will have a look after the race at that.
Also point out, Chief, that Justin started P20, of course, with that DNF and quali. got 2 5-second time penalties that he had to serve in the pits, and still gets him up into good points and sets the fastest lap. So, my goodness, if that's not a driver of the day performance, who knows, or what is? Although I will say, Lepson, I believe, got P10.
Yeah. I was thinking Copy as well. Honorable mention out to him. I think he got P5 in the end. Was able to hold off the guys for the last few laps there to get that P5 spot.
Yeah, Cops did brilliant. Like, late joiner. I think there was an issue with the whole signing up, but alas, he hopped in, done a great performance, kept his head, cool head. That's the old head. You see, the old head, keeping the experience. Kept himself nice and clean and got himself up to great points. I thought he was actually at one point going to get top 3. He was looking pretty tasty up there, but P5 was a great result from Cops.
Indeed, and it's time for.
Oh, was it P4? Sorry. Oh, sorry, Cops in chat. Oh, it was P4. Forgive me. P4. Sorry.
Even better. Yeah, even better. So I think that. What do you reckon? Driver of the day, maybe.
Oh, it's a hard one. I need to think about it because Justin did. I have to admit that was some. I mean, everything was thrown at him today. Like the DNF and quality puts him at the back of the grid in Jeddah of all places, and then gets some that RG Bargy incidents that happened. Gets himself 2 5-second time penalties. Has to serve them both in the pits. He's almost a sector away from getting lapped, and still gets up into those positions. That's a fantastic performance. But Cops also. I've already said great performance, and then again I've said it numerous times today, Lepson. Like, this is the guy that I love Lepson, and we have our disagreements over different things, specifically about the assists. I'm not going to get into that, but he is a very much big champion of using the assists, right? And he's given it a go. He gave it a go, I think, last week. Maybe even he's been here every reserve so far. He gave it a go in Jeddah, which is a tricky track. Like, I tried it before. I'm a no assist guy, and it just frustrated me trying to learn it. Track left, right, and for Lepson's the guy that actually kind of depends on his line to do it in Jeddah in Tier 1 and get P10. For me, there's the gravity of what he had to achieve today is a real contender for me personally for a driver of the day. Like. I'm almost speechless trying to explain this. You know yourself, Chief, the level difference in terms of Tier 1 and Tier 3, right? And you know how reliant a lot of these guys are on their help that they have. And to drop it in a track like Jeddah, as Icewind even says himself, there are blind corners. They come at you non-stop. They're relentless. And this Lepson, who normally uses this help, has nothing. And he still puts it in P10. That is a notable, significant performance, I believe, from a driver who's clearly not in his comfort zone. So for me, it's a tricky one because Cops did fantastic, Justin done fantastic, and so did Lep. So I can't call it on stream. It's just I need to think about it.
Yeah, I was thinking if we get Copy in for an interview, maybe that would persuade us a little bit. Haven't heard from Copy in the interviews for a long time, but if you're out there, Copy, come and join us. I don't see anybody wanting an interview right now. I think we might.
Well, they're probably really exhausted after that one, Chief, because Jeddah, as I said, it's just non-stop.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to Icewind though. I didn't scroll down in the results. I didn't actually show the results at all, so apologies for that. I'm sure we can get sorted with someone else's footage of the results. But yeah, Icewind is working on the results right now. So if he is able to post the results, an update of the results, we will give you an update on that. I'm surprised. I thought Eagle Ghost or maybe Lepson might have joined us for an interview. What about Tilda? We've got Tilda here. Good, you and Kim.
I'd love Leps to come on too.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, there he is. Just on
Maybe
screen.
He's about to.
Lepson is here, bro. The boomer has landed.
Tipsy sent me some DM, so yeah, I had to join you guys. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you heard. I was kind of slagging you off there. No, I wasn't really. If you can listen back, I mean, I don't need to repeat it, but I just think I'm genuinely amazed of what you've done today. Just kind of repeat myself, considering we have our disagreements in terms of the whole assist no assist thing, but the fact is that you did it in Tier 1 in Jeddah, which is unrelenting. Like the corners are just non-stop. and you still got P10. I think that is a remarkable performance. Like for me personally, even though you've won some races in Tier 3, I think today is the best race I've seen Lapson ever do.
Wow, yeah, I'm starting speechless, I guess. But yeah, I'm not the guy you guys want to interview, but yeah, I know. I love Jeddah, and I don't think it's the hardest no assist track, but it's really like I said it on the stream. You can, if you Ocean watch that back. I said like this is so bleeping awesome. You're such in a roller coaster all the time, you know, like, and you all the time you are going left, right, and follow the cars, and you're always busy, and it's great. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it's unlucky that I saw 2 people on the side, or 3, I don't know, but in the last restart, but didn't know what happened there. But yeah, it's quite some fun, and I'm lucky to get a point there. But also, like, I kept it on track, and I had some decent pace, so yeah, I'm happy that I got the point. Let's say
Look,
that.
that's you should be really happy. I mean, not to like egg it or milk it, but like everything that you done today, as is all the other drivers, but everything you did today was you. 100% you. You earned that. No, I'm not trolling. I'm messing around.
I know.
I mean, like everything was you. Every input, every this turn, decision to when to turn, when to brake. That was you. And look what you done. You done P10 in Tier 1. And as we always say, me and Chief, we've been in Tier 1, many seasons. We know that just P10 is hard enough in Tier 1, especially this grid. This grid's like remarkably fast, and you still done it. I just think that's incredible, and it's just I'm so thankful for someone like yourself who is in Tier 3 that's willing to give it a go. It just makes, like I said, it makes me so happy to see you guys do it, because I know you can all do it. You all have the talent, and you showed it today that you're more than capable of these kind of performances. So great job, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. And yeah, what can I say? Like, I know if people getting older, they get emotional, but I understand it. Tips. No, just kidding. No. I love
But
it.
The emotion can work both ways,
I know, brother. I know. I know. I just want to say, like, also, like, the all Slipstream League Racing thing is like giving people a chance to drive no assist, and yeah, sometimes you gotta take that, and yeah, sometimes. It works out, and it's really fun. So that's what makes the league, keeps the league going. So I think so. Yeah, is Ocean fall asleep like Babs, or Ocean? Are you there? Or...
Sorry, I just got bored of your answers.
Okay, sorry, man. Yeah, I'd rather see you on the grid, but yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I do have good memories of us doing Tier 1 Jeddah before. It was always a good time, but yeah, it seems to suit you, this track. So you seem to like it.
No way you said that before. You remember that I broke one board too early and on the straight.
Yeah.
You thought I was gonna brake check you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Interesting race, that one.
But yeah, guys, like another boomer got P10, so yeah, the things happen. Unlucky that you don't get the really top of the crop for the interviews, but they must be busy signing signatures and shit. Oh, sorry for the the signatures and beep. So yeah, we move. So you had fun in the commentary? Was it okay? Was the race fun? So in the front.
Yeah, it was really, really good race laps to cover. It was a little bit difficult at times because we were trying to cover so much. There was so many things happening that it was just impossible to cover everything. But the first couple of laps was more dramatic than what we had expected for in Tier 1. But at the same time, it is the nature of the track. It is a tricky track. And whenever we've seen Meeps and Mackinder, the incident with them, well, we didn't actually see it. We just seen them falling down. And then of course there was Justin trying to make his way up through the grid, and then there was an incident with him and Astro, and then he got forced out wide, and then he got a 5-second penalty for overtaking the car off track, and then he got another one, I think, for something else, and then he had to serve 2 penalties. Like Justin DNF'd in quali, started the race, got a 5 second penalty within the first lap or so, then got another one. Then he had to serve 10 seconds effectively in the pits and still got it up to the P7, which is just phenomenal. And then, of course, like I said, we already spoke about Cops getting up to P4 with amazing result, and then you. I mean, there was just so many things happening in that race that it was just a pleasure to cover. And that's why I did say that if I'm not going to race, I want to commentate Tier 1. So there you go.
That's what makes you a legend, man. And I DM'd my friend Eagle. He said from the interview, if you got Noah, I said you join now. Okay, we want to hear your story because this guy improved. I was in a voice call with him the whole race, and this guy. Tino. Oh, Tino joined the interview room and he left. What was that kind of bait? Okay. But anyway, this guy improved so much. No assist this season. He's gaining so fast. He almost did a 26 in quali. I'm really proud of him. So
Yeah,
you might want to hear his story. I think so.
I actually did touch on that, or we both touched on that, me and Chief. Whenever I was saying that Eagle started in Tier 3, I believe. And he was just learning his craft, and he always did have pace whenever we were racing him. He had the pace, some consistency he was lacking a bit, but it's just clicking this season. Since he's come back, it's just clicking. Whatever he's been doing in that off season, he's got so much pace. It's just brilliant. So we need to get there. Yeah, I think he's definitely.
Let's go to the heroes, guys. Like I'm just a bystander who got the point. So I see also Tino. So guys, thanks for the quality comes like every time. Like you guys are the greatest, and I will see you guys soon. Yeah.
All right. See you later, Maps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Right, it's the man of the moment. The race winner is gracing us with his presence. It's Tino. How is it going, Tino?
Good.
Good. Listen, I have to ask you before we get into the proper questions, but one of your first posts in Discord was to post a picture and ping Justin. What is this rivalry between you two? What's going on there? Is it? I mean, is that your motivation now to win races, or what's the crack?
Now there's been some doubts of my abilities from certain people, so first reaction is that. But the rivalries are what makes it more interesting in it.
Yeah, indeed, and that's something I've always thought. Like, I know you come to this league and you're not try-harding, you're not putting in loads of work to try to, do your best. You're just trying to show up for races and try and be competitive, and you always seem to be in the mix. But yeah, it seems like you've got a little bit of a fire under your bum now. So, are we going to see more race wins from you in future, or is this just one and done?
Hopefully. I mean, I need to win the races, which I'm gonna still lose like 2 races, or miss the 2 races of the remaining of the season. It's both USA races, so I will be racing all the other ones, but yeah, I have to perform when I'm there now.
Yeah, so just getting to the race, like, I mean, obviously, it seemed like from the outside, from our point of view, you commanded the whole race, even with that late safety car. But how was it in the cockpit? Were you in a Desi? Was there any working together there? Were you talking to each other, or were you still fighting each other hard every lap?
Yeah, I mean, I only did like 2 laps of practice for the race, so I only checked how much the fuel and the tires temp, or like how much fuel goes, and the tire temps are good. That's my race practice, basically. But yeah, I mean, we are in the same disco with Adetsi, and like, of course, we're not gonna make ourselves lose time. That doesn't make any sense before the last stint. I don't want to say we work together, but like when other one made a mistake and we were too close, then we just overtook each other, and yeah. I mean, he wanted to pit earlier than me, so like I guess there was no working together at all. I mean, as soon as the Danny dropped from the DRS, it was pretty safe. We just drive a race until the pits and see what happens after the pits. And
yeah.
I got very lucky in the pit lane, let's be honest.
Yeah, I saw that. I think you just completed your pit stop as the safety car came out. You just left your garage, I think, if I picked up correctly.
I just checked it.
Yeah. So, I mean, sometimes it goes in your favor, right? Yeah, well, so what's the next track? It's, I think it's America, yeah, it's Vegas. Oh!
I'm not there, but after that, I will be there, and what, it's Hungary, right?
Yeah, Hungary after Vegas, but yeah, we've actually Vegas on the weekend. The Vegas F1 race takes place. That's pretty cool.
It is, but I won't be there sadly because of time issues. But yeah,
Yeah. So you're basically you're definitely on for the hunt for the title, but at the same time you're gonna miss 2 races. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be interesting because Make is always the finishing on top 3. Even today he got crashed in he got taken out lap 1 and man still finishes
I know,
podium.
crazy
What
man.
can you do against that?
That is crazy. Honestly, it is. Bob, any questions for Tino?
No questions, just to commend him. What a fantastic performance from him, like dominating pole or quali and then just completely commanding the race. I mean, it's what we would expect from Tino. It's great to see when he shows up. He really puts the benchmark down for everyone to try and beat. So other than that, no, just congratulations.
Thanks. I have to be honest, I'm more gassed about the quality than the race. I hit my PB by like over 1.5 tenths the quality.
Jeez.
But it was insane lap. And I still lost 10th in the last sector, so. And I'll check the replay. I lost so much time in the fast chicane in the last sector.
Just
So it
Tino
got in 0.5, but
There
it was alright.
was a moment near the end, I think, or maybe the middle of the race. I think when Mac tapped the back of Tino.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did a fantastic job, to keep the car on track.
No, it wasn't anything fancy. I mean, I didn't talk about this. Like in the whole soft stint, Adetsi had 1 lap older tires than me, so I knew I will have the advantage when I get up front. Because my first sector was always quicker than anyone else in the whole race. So I knew like going in the last lap, maybe actually going ahead is better because I can make the gap into turn 1, sector 1, and then just keep the gap. So like, as soon as Adetsi overtook me, I was just like saving tires and like keeping a gap in like 7 to 8 tenths because you get a lot of dirty air if you are very close. So I didn't want to be too close and save the tires a bit. And yeah, went for it in the last lap, and I guess the gap was like 7 tenths after sector 1, and I had like 60% of ERS, so that was basically it. I knew that. So, but yeah, the hit for Make was, I don't know. I mean, I was slowing down, like not like intentionally, but like I was not going my full speed in the corners. So I guess Make was a bit, I don't know, amazed or shocked about that and tapped me a little bit, but nah, nothing.
Okay.
All right.
Tino, it's been great to hear from you in the commentator's booth. Appreciate your time for the interview, and we'll look forward to your return in Hungary. I'm sure you'll
It's
have
my favorite track.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And yeah, I think my PB is like PSGL F1 pole pace, so.
Wow. Okay. Right.
So-
Shots fired then. Yeah. Well, the guys who are listening have 2 weeks to get up to esports pace then.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, no worries.
I will
yeah.
watch the race now and listen to you guys. Amazing commentary. Bye.
Appreciate it. Bye bye. And then we have one more guy in the interview booth. We're gonna bring in Eagle Ghost. Eagle Ghost. Bit of an up and down race for you today. At points you look like you were doing very well, and then I saw that I didn't actually see you disconnect, but I saw you rejoin the session, and I knew then that yeah, wasn't going so well for you. I mean, we didn't get the final standings on the screen here on our stream, but where did you finish in the end?
Only P13, so
P14. Yeah,
that's so good.
yeah, that's gonna hurt because like I say, you were I think P7 at one point, and looking pretty good. Fighting hard out there. How did you find it out there today in Tier 1?
Yeah, it was lovely to drive next to Tunari. That was crazy. I was in the train with Tunari, Copy, and Flare behind me too, I think. So with 4 train. Really wanted to follow those guys, and then on that lap, what was it, lap 13, I think, Tunari pitted from the hards to the mediums. So I thought I'm following him, because those mediums were already on 50%, so they were killing. But then yeah, Tunari on mediums, me on hards. Then it was hard to follow him, so he was very fast. I was very fast out of the DRS. But then it seemed that Copy, he did 16 laps on mediums, and so he could just pit into during the safety car. So he won a lot of places with that. That was ultimate strategy. And then yeah, and under the safety car, the last lap, for some reason, I had the idea to check my fuel to burn a lot, and just on the wrong time, and all the guys stood still just at that moment in front of me, and yeah, I couldn't brake early enough and hit John T in front of me, and an orange wing. So yeah, it's not possible to drive in Saudi, so I had to pit again. And Flair had the exact same behind me. He also was looking at something just at the wrong time, and yeah, everyone was not slowing down. They were just standing still at one moment. That was, yeah, very unfortunate because I really was going for some points, and it's so hard to get points in Tier 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, really got it.
Yeah, it's tough out there as a Tier 1. Any mistake or any bit of misfortune can really hamper your result. But your transition to Tier 1 has been pretty good so far. I mean, overall, it's been quite successful. And today, at several points, you were showing you could definitely mix it with some of the top 10 guys in Tier 1. So, how are you feeling about the rest of the season, then, Eagle?
Yeah, I hope I can keep up this pace and just always try to fight for some points. That makes it fun, and I'm really enjoying it. So I hope that I can keep doing that.
Okay, and we were talking to Tino there. The next track coming up is a new track to everybody, Las Vegas. Have you done any laps there? And if so, do you like the track? What do you think your prospects are there?
I haven't done a single lap on that track, so we'll see. I'm not really a fan of the track. Straight, a few corners, straight, a few corners, straight. So it's not really my thing, I think. But maybe, who knows? Maybe I really have the pace there. We'll see.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns heading into that track, but I mean, if you were to get on the grind, you might be able to, yeah, you might be able to get a head start on some of these guys. But we're very much looking forward to your return to action next week. But Eagle, for now, appreciate the time you've taken to join us in the commentators booth, and we'll speak to you
Yeah,
again soon, I'm sure.
no problem. Thank you. And just want again do a quick shout out to Lepson. Uh, Getting with him in the same lobby is amazing to drive, and he had a point. So big congrats to him.
No worries, man. We'll speak to you again soon. And Bob, I just want to say, have you seen the GIF, the GIF in Discord?
Which one?
There's one of Danny and the safety car.
Yeah.
I wish I could show it on stream. I'm sure there's some way I could do it, but I'm not even going to attempt to do it. But if you are part of our Discord, definitely head over to Tier 1 General. There is some post-race gifting going on, and we do see Danny going into the safety car at some speed, and he has a webcam on as well, which makes it even more hilarious. Hopefully, you'll be able to have a bit of a laugh about that after the fact.
I made a GIF, so I did after Australia.
Oh yeah.
Tier 1 a couple of seasons ago, or whenever it was,
Hmm.
whenever I was Mac and Dan on a couple of guys crashed, and then I, I tried to avoid them, but Dan was my teammate at the time, and yeah, I hit the wall. I'll maybe post it in Tier 1.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. So, guys, thanks very much for everyone for watching, and whoever made it to the very end of the stream, you get bonus points. We will be back next week. We're at a new track. It's a new track for everybody, for the commentators, for the drivers, and we're expecting fireworks there. It's going to be a kind of similar to Jeddah in some respects, but yeah, as I say, a lot of unknowns. We will not know what they expect there. Might do a few laps of Vegas just so I can familiarize myself with the layout. For the comms next week. But yeah, Tier 3 Wednesday, Thursday, Tier 2, and of course we're back in Tier 1. So tune in and be sure to check out the action then. Appreciate it. Once again, Bob, appreciate it. Pleasure doing comms with you. And we will be back next week for some more action.
Yeah, sorry, the pleasure is mine, Chief. I thought you were going to end it there.
No.
But, no, the pleasure is all mine. I love doing this. I said, as I said earlier, if I don't race, I'll commentate with Chief. So that's it.
Yep. So it's good night from him, and it's good night from. I think I got that wrong, didn't I?
No, it's good night from the what? It's good night from Chief. Yeah, you're supposed to say good night. Okay.
Yeah, we'll work on that for next week.
Yeah.
Good night,
Let's
guys.
just not go off script, Chief. Let's not go off script.
Right.
We have a script. What?
Yeah. Good night. Bye.